There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston, I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from their claw. There's no one that can match me.
My name is Not Seeing the Dream. I'm a 15-year-old amateur boxer, giving my views and opinions on everything boxing related. I'm here to give you guys consistent, reliable, unbiased commentary. Boxing is my passion, slaying trolls is my hobby. Hope you enjoy. Like, comment, and subscribe. To YouTube. So recently, this Sunday, Erickson Lubin and Sebastián the Flaming Tower Fundora had an epic fight. This fight was probably fight of the year. It was 2 knockdowns, one for Erickson Lubin, one for Sebastián Fundora. Fundora, he won the fight by stoppage after making Erickson Lubin's face like he came out of Avatar. Erickson Lubin's face was puffy, one eye was closed, his lips were all over the place. It looked really red. His nose was definitely broken. I think he took some type of brain damage. He might have taken brain damage from that type of fight, considering that Fundora, he may look like a skinny dude, but the dude hits pretty hard and he has a thud to his punches. But to the fight itself, it definitely delivered. I was definitely entertained watching it. Sebastián Fundora, he dropped Erickson Lubin in the second round with a beautiful uppercut and was badly hurt. Erickson Lubin was having competitive exchanges with Erickson Lubin. Erickson Lubin was doing his best work. He was in the middle, mid-range, throwing the jab, going down to the body, throwing combinations. But the problem with Erickson Lubin was that he wasn't since corner advice to box more. He kept trying to go on the inside and tug it out with Fundora. And while he was having success doing that, pushing him back towards the middle of the rounds, he started to get tired and started to get more and more ragged. But then in the 7th round, he came in there and he dropped Fundora after Fundora got too wild. And, he was throwing combinations, the left hook, right hook, body shots. He looked like he was coming back. But after that, Fundora, he took control again. He started to make a second adjustments as the second half of the fight progressed. He started to use his jab more. Stopped being so wild and reckless, and actually started to let his punches go in spurts and not smothering himself, which was he was doing in the last rounds. That being said, though, shout out to Sebastián the Flaming Tower Fundora, and shout out to Erickson Lubin for showing one of the biggest hearts I've ever seen. But he just had a bad game plan. Well, not a bad game plan necessarily. He wasn't listening to his core instructions. He just didn't have a good ring IQ. He should not be trying to trade with a much bigger and stronger man than Sebastián Fundora. Sebastián Fundora needs to work on his defense. Besides that, he has a good jab. He has a very, very vicious uppercut. He fights very well on the inside. But like I said, what he did in the second half is what he needs to do for the rest of his fights in order for him to beat Jermall Charlo. I would like to see him up more his defense and possibly work with David Benavidez, considering that his promoter is Samson, and that is also David Benavidez's promoter. I think he can get some rounds with David Benavidez, learn how to block more, and not let himself get hit with so many punches. That being said, though, this is the most entertaining fights I've ever seen in a minute, man. I was screaming at the screen for Fundora and Lubin to keep going, man. It was just such an entertaining fight. It was back and forth. Both fighters hurt each other, like I said. I was at the last round. Fundora was just battering Erickson Lubin. I just wanted the ref to stop it, man. It was onslaught of punches. He just kept throwing uppercuts, right hooks. Both of these fighters are southpaws, body shots. And Erickson Lubin was just wilding around the ring. But Erickson Lubin kept coming back with, the left hand, and occasional glancing shots. But they were just not enough to stop the onslaught of Fundora. So that being said, though, Fundora definitely has a bright future in the 154-pound division. I don't see him beating Jermall Charlo, though. I think he gives Jermall Charlo a competitive fight. But I think that Jermall Charlo is much harder than Erickson Lubin is going to definitely knock out Fundora. The fights he did in this thing. But like I said, shout out to Fundora and Lubin for giving us one of the most entertaining fights I've ever seen. But to wrap this up, this is Not Seeing the Dream. Rocky's heads and they take to sleep. I'll holler at y'all with another one. Peace.